We are here today on my North Philly Oprah series, episode 4. This is very important because I have EffortlesslyErika here in the living flesh, y'all.
That's me.
This girl is everything, She's my everything. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. Like, God really, like, when I say he don't play about me, like, he don't.
And he never will.
Like, I'm trying not to cry right now because I'm not even lying.
And you never told me that you could sing.
Girl,
Like,
you got been to church.
I heard a little too. Oh, you right. If you've been to Baptist church, then you know that you can sing.
Hello. Yeah, like, let the church say amen.
Monty, how did we meet?
What do you mean?
How did we meet?
So I want to give a huge shout out to my sister Morgan with 2 N's Flowers. She posted you on her page because you reposted her, and that was the highlight of her day. So I'm like, my sister too happy. Like,
period.
I said, let me be nosy. So I did a little layup, a little research. I said, oh, okay. DM'd you, and I said, hi, I want to interview you. You DM'd me back. This is how you know that God don't play. Literally 2 days after I met you at the BPHL, you were behind me. I mean, I was behind her. Y'all kept standing her like, I got this EffortlesslyErika. I was like, I'm going to say something. At the end, I'm like this. She like, her friend was like,
yeah, because we got a lot going on in these streets.
Her friend looked me up and down.
You tap me on my shoulder, the person I'm with gonna be like, what's up?
Yeah. I'm like, hi, it's me. Mike Monty, North Philly Oprah. And then from then, it's just been up.
And you are so sweet. Like, your energy is so vivacious. And I just want to give you your flowers early on because I feel like you bring people on and just genuinely like want to uplift them. And of course, like, the people that you fuck with, they uplift you too, but you really need to know, like, you have a different energy. You come in the room and you light that bitch up every single time. And since we became friends, you have like really motivated me to get even closer to God. And it's like, it's something we laugh about, like we kiki about, like, girl, you in these, but like, no, like, your morning messages, like, and those prayers and just always involving God in the conversation, it really stimulates something for me that I don't get elsewhere. So I really appreciate that from you, like, a lot. I really do.
Now, I appreciate you because if it's anything that I'm not doing, you give me my free gems, you call me. Like, when I be praying to God, like, is this what I'm supposed to do? You be like, yo, I want to call you. I know I got a lot going on, but I want to let you know you keep going. Sometimes I'll be needing that because it's just like I just put a video out a couple of days ago. Like, I'm winging this. Yeah. It ain't no, like you was saying in the car, like, I got an ebook and I knew what I was going to do and I'm doing it. Yeah. And look at you. Yeah. You're EffortlesslyErika.
It all starts with an idea. And I think that when more people realize that their idea is valid, just like their feelings is valid, then they just gonna start doing shit. But like, half of the battle is having faith. Ooh. And the other half is like having confidence. You got to have enough confidence to say that my idea is good enough to act on. And when you doing it, you got to know that like nothing is perfect. Nothing is going to come back. Maybe by the grace of God, the first time you do something, it's just going to stick so hard that it go up. But it's in the consistency and to keep going back to it that you articulate your faith. You show I'm really faithful about this thing. And even if I didn't get exactly what I expected the first time, if I keep going at it, I'll get it. I think like if more creative people just tapped into that space, the world would just be a better place in general.
And this is why you're EffortlesslyErika. Where did you come up with this name from? Because to
you know
me,
what?
Like, you really are effortless. Like, everything that you do, like, it's just like, yeah, I know your testimony, but like everything that you put your hands on is just like so effortless. Like,
Thank
how did
you?
No,
that's so
shit,
sweet.
like, and I don't want to mess up the surprise. I wanted to talk about it later, but like Sarah Jacob, I wanted like.
So listen, so I got the name. I lived a different life before. Okay. I lived a very promiscuous, hot girl lifestyle, city girl lifestyle before that shit came out and was a thing.
That part.
So I actually, like, I had coined myself Young Wild E. So you know how like Young Wild and expensive, like you Young Wild and free. I wasn't free. You had to pay for me. So I had to go with the expensive and my name was E. So I realized that I wanted like to transition into a new lifestyle. I was becoming a mentor. I was starting my own mentoring program. And the Young Wild E, it just wasn't so tasteful. You know what I mean? So I had made a post on Facebook, because I live on Facebook, y'all. I fuck with y'all on Instagram, TikTok, all that hoorah. But Facebook, they my cousins over there. Like, they're the people who grew up with me, so they know me.
Yes.
So I put on a post like, you know, y'all see that I'm changing. I'm doing new things now. I need a new name. What is it going to be? This woman, Cashmere, she is a very like a creative person. She does like balloon art. Like, she's done like a lot of different creative things. She came on there and was like, you know, you always just being yourself. You should just call yourself Effortlessly Erika. And I had looked up like, what is effortless, you know? And it was like to do things with ease. Like, you don't have to exert any extra energy.
So good.
And I was like, you know what? That is me, you know,
yes,
like I just show up and do whatever the fuck is on my heart. It doesn't matter if it seems weird or crazy to somebody else. I just walk in it. I'm not gonna lie, these days I'm feeling like my name is a little deceiving for people. I feel like it's making people think that you don't have to do shit to get stuff done. Ooh. You know what I mean? Ooh. Because like the no effort, you know, it's like, what does that mean? That she's not trying hard? But I don't try stuff, I just do it.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes doing it is not easy, but I just go at it and I do it anyway. So I'm thinking about growing up a little even more and going like the Oprah Winfrey, Wendy Williams route and just being Erica Cruz, like straight up. So if you see my name change, Monty got it first.
Ooh, I got it first, y'all. We got it first here today.
Yes.
How's that mental health? You already know.
My mental health has been in a really good space. You know, if I'm just being transparent, because that's what you got this series for. Know. I've been going through a lot of shit in these last 3 years.
Yes.
Being pregnant with my son, experiencing postpartum, having him experiencing postpartum psychosis, making a huge mistake and ending up with a court case. I've been dealing with this court case now for 3 years, and we finally at the end of it, you know, it's looking like I'm going to do a little bit of time.
Not, y'all. We are proclaiming that God is going to turn it around. Them people
and
you
know what? We'll come back to this.
Yes.
But like I was, you know, explaining to somebody before, like, my charges was really vicious to start with, you know, and what I'm at now is a blessing. You know what I mean? I was looking at 10, 15 years, like it was giving real time. And so to now know that I'm in position where it's not giving that, you know, I could put my heart at rest more. And I know that I won't be apart from my family, from my child, you know, from my friends for but so long. I'm feeling better. Like I'm feeling in a good space. And I was on the phone with my girlfriend this morning and she actually got me together and she was like, you know, we talk about a lot of things, but I think it's time for you to go back to therapy. And so I think that is my next step. Okay. You know, I did a lot of work in a mental institution. I did a lot of work in outpatient therapy, intensive. I did a lot of work one-on-one with my therapist. But I feel like now that I've made it through these things, I want to talk to my therapist and reflect on them.
Yes.
You know, and just really dig at what can I learn from these experiences so I can move forward on a better foot.
Speaking about moving forward, I know I just have to talk about how did you get that Sarah Jacobs Roberts podcast? Yeah. Because when I say I listened to it, and this is I've been following you since Morgan. So again, shout out to Morgan. And it's just like that, you know, if I say I follow somebody, I'm in that joint, so I can really like know what you've been going through, who you are. So just like to really even know your backstory and to see you work with Sarah Jacob Roberts, who's a girl's girl, a woman's woman, somebody who's going through trials and tribulations and still stands and proclaims that God is number one and doesn't care if you look at her wrong.
Yes.
How did you feel to be in the presence of that?
Oh my God, so layered. Like, if you don't believe in God, baby, you really doing yourself a disservice because it be nothing but God. I'm going to tell you all the background on how I even ended up with her, right? Last year, my best friend bought me tickets to her event, to her women's conference, and I couldn't make it. I used the money for something else. And I had claimed on myself, I'm not making it to this event, but I'm still going to make it to Sarah. And I said, somehow, some way, God is going to put me in the room with her, right? I said this shit last year around my birthday. So I'm on the phone with my friend's mom. Aunt Angie, Mom Angie, you really my girl. I'm on the phone with her and I'm telling her my stress. You know, I'm just giving it to her like, I got all this shit going on with this case. I'm stressed out. I'm trying to figure it out. And she give me some good feedback. You know, she like, take it easy. You know, like God's on your side.
So good.
Open your Bible up. She sent me some verses, and I ended up telling her, I just listened to a excerpt by Sarah Jakes Roberts. You should listen to it. So I sent it to her. She ends up texting her friend because it's his birthday, giving him a birthday shout out. He calls her. When he's on the phone with her, he's telling her, yo, I'm about to go link up with my girl. And his girl was Sarah. So when she's on the phone with her boy, she's already telling him I was just talking to my young girl. She's going through X, Y, and Z. That's crazy. You going to Sarah's spot. Let Sarah know, that we got some people that really bank her over here.
Yes.
And long story short, they connected us. So I ended up on the phone with Sarah. We kicking it. She giving me a word. She's sharing that word of God to me.
So good.
And she ends up letting me know, like, whatever I could do for you, whatever we could do, I want to do it for you. And I want to bring you on my podcast. I want to have you in my space. I want to work with you more. Like, she just was uplifting me. Even with knowing all that I had going on, she didn't see me for that moment. She saw me for who she could feel, because she's so in tune with God. She could feel. Her intuition is there.
These are not the old school days in the Baptist church.
It's not. These new ladies, they gonna open them doors for you. And that's what she did. She didn't play about me at all. She got me on that podcast. She wanted people to hear my story. Shout out to her. I got some bookings from that. Like, hella people was on my line. I booked a lot of calls from that situation.
Hallelujah,
a lot of more podcast situations coming up. And it was a blessing, And to be honest, like, I think it was the cherry on top that I needed to really bring me closer to God, because I had been going back to church for a while now, and I loved the church that I was going to, and I loved the pastor, and I was appreciating the word, but I wouldn't commit. And after that podcast, I was like, fuck that, I'm finna commit to the church. Like, I got a church home now.
Yes.
And I'm very consistent. I got baptized. I got baptized. Yes. I'll be 30 this year, baby.
Yes.
That sin up off me, okay? Like, we are all sinners, and ain't nobody perfect, but I'm going to do everything I can to stay closer to God.
Yes.
Religion could look different for everybody.
Listen, and we're going to talk about that, because, I was born in a church, and stockings, kitty cat heels, all that. And look at me now. I like girls who like girls. Like, but nobody can take my relationship.
Yeah.
Can no one take my relationship? Can no one take my relationship? So just like, we are into the season where it's about relationship. As long as you accept him, believe that he died the third day, and confess your sins, he is faithful and just to forgive you. Yes. Like, I'm telling you.
Yes.
I'm telling you, we are in a New Testament.
It really
We're not in the Old Testament
I'm telling
no more.
A few months ago, I had put in my bio, like, project pastor, because I was really in a space where I wanted to just start, like, really motivating people. And I got, like, ashamed. I was like, I don't want nobody looking at me weird, like she's calling herself a pastor. But now I'm starting to feel like, well, baby, don't be surprised if on my 31st, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd birthday, we out here with a whole congregation. Hello? Because I'm going to bring the people closer to God.
Yes.
Well, the last time I was at court, I was telling God, I'm like, you know what, God? When you get me through this, I'm going to bring so many people to you. Every single time you prove to me that you real, I'm going to bring people closer to you. And that's what he did. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm finna keep my word to God. Like, for real.
No, seriously. We don't play around with him, yo. Seriously. Because he is just so faithful. Like,
yes, he is.
Just like you said, like, you really had an idea, got that ebook, and what did you tell me in the car?
And it went up from there. I remember sitting in had a low income apartment, and me and my girlfriends, we was sitting in there, we was chilling. All my friends is young and educated, okay? They all got college degrees, they all work at great jobs, but not me. I never took that path. It just never felt right to me. So in this day, I was doing that thing that we do as black women, when it's like, what I gotta do now?
That part.
So I sat with myself for a minute. I'm like, what am I going to do now? Like, I know I want to be on some business shit, but I'm not about to go to college. So I bought an ebook. And me and my girlfriend was reflecting on that not too long ago. She like, yo, I remember that first ebook you bought. And that ebook took me on a whirlwind of ebooks and workshops and classes. I did end up going back to college and taking a few marketing courses and business courses, but it took me somewhere I could never imagine, just letting my mind and my heart be open to trying new things. And so for the last 6 years, I was a brand strategist, and my clients, they love me, and everything that I teach them, it works, and everybody is so successful in their own right. And now I'm in this space where I'm feeling like,
tell them, please.
I'm ready to transition.
Yes.
Like brand strategy It was a beautiful experience for me. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about my target audience. I even learned a lot about business and business ethics and being professional. But what I learned most is that our people need somebody.
Yes, we do.
Our people really need somebody. And we do have the Sarahs out there in the world, but like Sarah will tell you herself, it's so much more room out there in the world. And we have to grow up and be the new adults. We have to take leadership now. We have to start sharing the right words with people and motivating people to really express themselves, go after their dreams. And I know that like now that's where I'm taking my brand. And I don't want to be like a motivational speaker, but I want to be like a transformation coach. I want to help people from inside so it can show on the outside. Because a lot of the work that I was doing with my clients turned out to be confidence building. People spending $200 on a phone call with me to come up with a social media strategy, and they on that bitch crying, talking about what they going through with their baby daddy and their mama and their cousin. I'm like, okay, I'm not a licensed therapist, but I could tell you what I read in the book. You know what I mean? I could tell you what I watched on a workshop or on a YouTube video. I could share resources with you. So now I really want to create a more structured environment for that. Now that I understand what my audience really needs, I'm creating a more structured environment for that. So I'm building a community where us women will get together twice a month. We'll actually have a licensed therapist in there with us so that like she can actually navigate the conversation and it could be credible advice, but a lot of us is going through the same shit.
Yes.
And a lot of people ain't got $200 to spend on a therapy session, So if you could spend $75 a month, $100 a month and get 2 therapy sessions and like really hear and learn from this therapist and from other people's situations, I think a lot of people will be able to benefit from it. So that's where I'm going with it now.
Now, how did you know you wanted to transition? Did you seek God? Do you feel it? Like, how do you know?
I knew when, I was starting to just dread certain conversations.
Ooh, so good.
Like, so you'll notice when we would talk about your brand, I'd be happy and I'd be upright because I'm just doing it passionately in the moment.
Yes.
But when I gotta jump on a call, when I gotta come on set to this, it was just giving me the, I just wasn't feeling good about it, and I realized I was starting to do it for the money.
Ooh.
And I want to do something that I love.
Yes.
Now, what I can say is that when I would hop on them calls or when I would land on set, we'd be creating your content or we talking about your business, and we get to the personal side of things, and we start digging to the root of the lack of confidence, I would start burning up. I would start sweating. Like, hold on now. I'm going to go, let me put you on hold. I'm going to go get this book. We're going to figure out what she said.
So good.
A lot of what I was doing was reiterating good information that I learned, and it was making me feel amazing. People was getting off the call feeling like a new person, feeling reignited, that meant something to me. That made me feel good. And ever since I've been being more open to that path, God has been giving me more opportunity, So I think, again, it's just that couple of like having the confidence to say, this is the thing that's for me right now, and having that faith, like really building that faith muscle to say, like, I don't really know what's next, but I know God got me, and you might not use the term God, you might say the universe or, whatever you believe in, like knowing that source is going to provide. That's what's giving me the push to just go for it anyway.
So good. So with your target audience, how did you know how to maneuver them, like how to give back to them? Like how did you know how to interact with your target audience?
So it started off with authenticity.
Ooh, so good.
Being myself.
Yes.
And not the new clickbait authenticity that's out there on all the TikToks. Like, just be yourself. No, like I was on social media since MySpace days saying, I'm Erika. I be doing dumb shit sometimes. So what? God's going to forgive me. If you like me, bang with me. If you don't, stay away from me. I've been consistent with that. So on Facebook, I was sharing my upbringing. I would talk a lot about my childhood, things I went through with my mother. On Instagram, I talked a lot about transitioning from being a sex worker to being a brand strategist. And even if you wasn't doing the same shit that I was doing, you were navigating through experiences in your life, and you could relate to that. Now, I suggest to my clients, now you ain't got to tell it all like I did. People get a little confused. They like, do I got to be so personal? You ain't got to tell it all. But you got to be realistic and know that, like, people need to connect with you.
That part.
So what are you willing to share that's relatable enough for people to connect with? And that was just a natural skill I had. And so now having an audience, having people talking to me, engaging with me, telling me things. People, I love when y'all come in my inbox and tell me y'all business. Y'all are my family. So I don't mind at all. But that was information. That wasn't just my inbox is not just a safe space for people to tell me their business. It's where I learn about my audience.
Ooh, so good.
What are people going through? What are they struggling with? What do they need? And then as long as it's in alignment with me, I show up and I give it to them.
So how do you take that baggage off yourself when people keep constantly coming to you?
I got boundaries. Like you know, all my people know. I'm not talking right now. I'm not getting on the phone right now. You could text me.
Yep.
I'll text you back in a couple of days. I'm not coming to the event. I love you. I'll repost it. I hope it's good. I tell people about it. Like, I have a certain level of boundaries that states, if I don't want to reply to your inbox right now, I'm just not going to. I don't owe you nothing.
Boundaries, y'all.
And if you respect that from me,
so good.
Know that I will show up for you. When my mind and my body is in the right space, I will show up for you. Sometimes people inbox me with some really heavy shit that's too heavy for me right now because I'm already going through some shit. I will gladly tell them, this is the website I use to find a therapist.
Ooh, so good.
This is the book that I read to understand why bad things happen to people.
So good.
This is something that I watch to get closer to God, build my spirituality. You know, like, I'm just a vessel. I'm not God.
Ooh.
You know, so I don't let people treat me like I'm God. Like, I could change your life. I can show you new things. I can teach you new things. I can be a vessel of such.
So good.
But I'm not the ocean. I'm just the boat. So the ocean gonna rock you to where you're going. You might get with me. I might help you get there, but I'm definitely not about to let my boat drown for nobody. That's not the business that I'm in.
So good, so good. So being in the second quarter that we're in, where do you see yourself? What season is this for the second quarter for you?
For me, I'm in a transitional season.
So good.
For me, I'm going from people knowing me as the girl who talks business to the girl who talks confidence, the girl who talks God, the girl who talks manifestation and motivation. Like, I'm changing my tone, and I'm not gonna keep reliving my tragedy for people.
Hello?
You know, like,
that's why
I know
he
y'all let it
died.
hear a sad story.
Child, that's why he watched.
You know what I mean? But Jesus did die, but he rose again on the third day.
Yes, he did.
And so Erika's rising again. Okay?
Right.
I'm not about to keep talking about all them days that I was on the cross and I was hung out and it was hurting, it was in pain. I'm moving past that. You know?
So good.
I feel like I will gladly reflect on it and share how, if I can do it, anyone can do it. But I'm not going to keep reliving my trauma for people every day to make people feel more seen. Now I'm saying, if you're ready to do the work, you should be following me, because I can tell you how to do the work. I can tell you what I did, what's worked for me, and not just me, but my clients and my family and friends that's around me who take my advice. The clients love me. Like, having clients that love you is like the biggest flex.
Like, but no, the biggest flex is that you have clients. Like, that you really, like, how do you feel about that? That people really trust you with their ideas, trust you. I've seen so many of your stories where people post you like, oh my God, Erika! Like, when they're on set, your hair wild, sweaty, you in the background, like, all right, girl, I got you, I got you. Like, how do you feel? Like, because you are effortless Erika.
I'm so thankful, but people lately have been trying to convince me that I'm more than what I think of myself.
You are.
And I appreciate that from y'all, but I just be thinking I'm just a regular girl.
You're not.
Because, like, I transitioned from having clients, you know, as a sex worker, you have clients, you have a rolling deck of people that you deal with. And so I was already used to people giving me money for service, you know? So I'm not in a state of shock when it comes to people paying me for something. But I will say that when I look at my books and I'm like, damn, that's how much money you made from talking to people this month, I'll be like, wow. When I be like leaving off a set and realize like somebody just paid me $1,500 for 4 hours, like, and it's something that I just like doing. You know, I would come with you any day and take pictures of you. So being on set with somebody and like directing, I would direct the set anytime. Like, that part is shocking to me. Like, how I'm making money now. Talking to people and helping them like express their creativity. I'm like, wow, like, baby, you can make money any old way. I'm out here trying to advocate for everybody to make money any old way that comes to their mind, because it's money on the table. If you just put your hand out there, baby, you can pick it up. It's out there.
So good, so good. What are 3 free gems you want to give to the audience right now? I'm getting y'all gems, y'all.
That's your favorite.
That's your favorite.
Yeah, that's your favorite.
I'll be like, hello, I need.
Yeah, because you'll tell, and I love that about you. Like, again, I want to give you your flowers because you're not afraid to ask.
No, I'm not.
And so I'm gonna make that gem number 1. Open your fucking mouth up, because closed mouths don't get fed. Don't be afraid to charge. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for information. Don't be afraid to ask for some type of assistance, because you'd be surprised. Every no comes with a yes behind it. So if Erika say no, ask the next person. If Monty say no, ask the next person, because you'd be surprised. Building that confidence muscle, when the right person is in the room that you really need to ask, you're going to know how to ask them
that part.
You're going to be able to tell them straight up, like, listen, this is what I got going on. This is what I need. So gem number 1, open that mouth. I ain't never got nothing by not asking. I got to ask. I got to open that mouth. So that's gem 1. Gem 2, stand on business. It's clickbait out there right now. Everybody's saying, I stand on business, I stand on business. Say what you mean and mean what you say.
That's a good one.
Set a standard for yourself. Set a standard for your business. Set some morals for yourself. Set some boundaries for yourself and stand on that shit. This is your life. Nobody else don't got to live your life and feel how you feel when you lay down and you wake up. This is your shit. So set the standard, set the boundary, and stand on business. And mean business about yourself. Be serious about you. And the last gem I'm going to give, and it's in support of something that you really advocate for, really be serious about your mental health.
Yes, seriously.
Baby, I know your mom was angry all your life. That's not normal. I know your grandma was very mean. That's not normal. I know your father was very distant. He did not talk much. That's not normal. You might be a quiet person, but somebody who can't communicate, somebody who can never express themselves, never express their feelings, if you feeling like it's something going on with you and you can't put your finger on it, that's when you need to get a professional and let a professional help you put your finger on it and figure out what's going on so that you can work through it and you can move forward. A lot of our elders is still stuck in that bad day.
I talk about this all the time because I feel like our generation, we're not scared to ask for help nor seek help. That generation, they're stuck in their ways. Oh, I'm just old. I'm not going to change. I'm going to change.
Yeah,
I'm going to elevate within myself every day. I'm going to give myself be 1% better than I am every day. And mental health is so important for me is because, like I said, like I found my mom dead. So at 16, I'm now 37. I'm still going through childhood abandonment. I'm still going through fucking issues like the next person. But it's just like that mental not healthy, then nothing else is going to be right. And then who wants to be around a fucking miserable ass person?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, you really want to be around some miserable or heavy ass energy?
The craziest part about it is like when you're miserable, you don't even want to be around yourself.
That part.
Like, yeah, people don't want to be around you, but that's why I said, like, who are you when you go to sleep and you wake up?
That part.
Well, how do you feel inside of your body? Because when you don't want to be around yourself, that's a lot of red flags. Like, that's a major, major problem. So I totally agree with you. Like, I think this generation, we on some shit. And I give grace to the generations before us because, baby, we only 400 years out of slavery, okay? Us people, we just now figuring out that you can get help and you can ask and you can be there for each other because we didn't have a choice for so long.
That part. And I feel like we are the generation where you better not tell my business out this house.
Yeah.
You better not say
what's going on. We was the last of that shit.
You better not say what's going on in this house.
We was the last of that shit.
What? You wouldn't tell.
Yeah, we was the last of that.
I used to get my ass whooped at school. You talking back?
Real shit. Like, we was the last of it. Like I said, I was on Facebook sharing my story. And my grandma and them was like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, you see what I'm doing? I'm letting people know. The shit that I went through and how hard it was to get through, but you can get through it. And if you got a problem with it, unfollow me. And now my family, they proud of me. The same people who might have been a little embarrassed at the time realized that I was really giving them their flowers too. This is our elders' first time living this life too.
Hello?
This their first time too. They didn't have nearly as much as what we got. Your mom did not have a phone, a TikTok, a Google. We was the first with Yahoo Mail.
Yo,
you know what I mean? Like,
I'm talking about I had a Game Boy. I had a Game Boy. I had a little Nokia. I had a Snake. I ain't know nothing about this shit. I still don't really know nothing about it. Y'all gotta help me out.
My siblings had iPhones. They knew of iPhone their whole life. When
my nephews have mini iPads and shit.
Yo, when I told my sister iPhones was not always out. She was like, well, what kind of phone was there?
Payphones, street lights. Like we had street lights. These motherfuckers got eye watches. Now that like
we've been able to enjoy these tools for over 20 years, we forget that they did not have it 40 years ago.
Yes.
So my mom, they could not Google how to get through stress, how to feel better. What do I do when I feel like this? We got that opportunity. So just like I made a post the other day about forgiveness, like gaining forgiveness for your parents, for your elders, so that you could be in a more peaceful state of mind. And I let everybody know I built that forgiveness by understanding the lack of resources that was there. Very true. I have plenty of resources now. I know about therapy. I know about counseling. I know about so many different things. But would I know about these things without Google?
No, really. Would
I know about these things without TikTok? I TikTok things.
Yo, y'all really, I'm too old. TikTok is not for me, sis. I'm sorry.
I'm not active on TikTok, but TikTok is the new Google.
No, yeah, that part.
You know what I mean? So if you want to know,
people going on vacations, like
ways to get over stress, you can say 3 ways to get over stress by a licensed therapist, and you'll have a video pull up by a licensed therapist that's telling you how to get over stress. Our parents didn't have that.
That part.
So when you keep that in mind, Yellow Pages.
Yo, remember we had Yellow Pages?
Come on, dog. We was the last of that. I'm 30 years old this year. We was the last of that. So just keeping in mind that 30 years ago, they did not have that. I'm 30, still figuring it out. At what point in my mom's life was she supposed to get it down pat? When? I'm all we got. I got to figure this shit out so I can help my siblings understand it sooner. And when my siblings understand it sooner, that means their kids going to know it from the jump.
That part.
Right now, I'm still learning myself and learning how to build a pure relationship with God so that my son don't have to figure out how. I'll be able to share with him these are the tactics that I did, So just, keeping that in mind, like, baby, we a new generation. We got a lot of opportunity in front of us, and we got to seize the moment and take the opportunity, do our best to educate ourselves and go out here and take action. Because you can know everything in the world, but it don't mean shit if you ain't taking action.
That part. So you're talking about action. What's 3 of your favorite Instagram people right now? Content creators.
3 of my favorite Instagram people right now. So I'll go like well-known and then like my up-and-coming creators. Okay. So well-known people, Milano.
We love Milano.
That's my fucking girl.
We love her. She started off with T-shirts.
Baby, I will argue with anybody over Milano.
She started off with T-shirts.
Because I remember I seen her with them T-shirts out her trunk with my own eyes. So I don't give a fuck what y'all Instagram bitches talking about. I seen her.
Yes. We all try to say my girl did H&M shirts. Y'all some hate.
I don't give a fuck what she did. She was figuring that shit out.
And look where she
no matter
now.
What she did. And that's what I mean by you just got to do it. I get so much inspiration from Milano. I literally love her. I literally appreciate her so much. Somebody else, Ron Brown.
Okay. That's
Ron
a good
Brown.
one.
That was like the first person I seen really talking about branding and marketing and create a business out of it. I seen people say that you needed that in your business, but she created a business out of teaching people that. And I was really inspired by that. And that brought me to where I am now. And then my last person that I would say is like up there. Oh, Gary V. I'm sorry, ladies. I can't give it to all women. Gary V makes me proud to be myself.
Yeah, so good.
He's a very intelligent man, very wise, but he on that bitch cussing like, because that's who he is. He's a sailor. I'm a sailor.
Me too.
I like to cuss. I like to use rough words. This is my delivery. And so seeing Gary be himself and continue to grow and see people be inspired and motivated by him, it makes me feel good about being myself. Now, I'm not just saying this. I'm really not just saying this.
I already know he about to say.
My local girls, like what they will call micro influencers, I don't see them as micro influencers at all. You, Morgan, and Camille, yo, I love y'all. Like, I don't even know what the fucking engineer really is.
Yo, that's why I can't wait till y'all meet tomorrow.
So interested in Camille's life. Like, I'm so like big flex. Like, damn, like, this is a young black woman taking care of herself.
She's 5% in her fucking field.
That's so major.
5.
Like, that's so wild. Can you imagine like being one like out of 100 people, only 5 of us is this. That's crazy.
And she's a content creator.
And her content be amazing. Morgan's content be amazing. Consistency. Like, I have a brand strategist, so I'm always looking for who is really showing up in for their brand and for their audience. And those two women, they just do such a good job at staying in their niche, but being flexible in what their niche is.
Yeah.
And then you, like, you are so stylish and so funny and so beautiful inside and out. And you can genuinely just see how excited you are about the work that you're doing. And that means so much to me, because I can tell when it's rehearsed and it's just bullshit and people is just trying to put out a piece of content. Everything you do is just so organic, it's so authentic, and it's just so much of your personality. So I'm so glad that now, like, you're doing things in a more structured format. And really
this is all because of you, honestly. Like, real shit.
I'm
like,
so happy. Like, I'm really seeing you.
You said, yo, stop branding everybody else. Do your own shit. And
like,
look at me
up?
now.
Like,
look at me now.
Can
like,
we get mic'd up with Monty? Because you be talking and you know good people and you know how to connect people and you know how to give people a platform to share information and share resources. And that's a major key. Like, a lot of companies will come to you and pay you to do things to market on your platform.
We need to figure it out.
When we are.
I don't know.
And this is the first step to it right here. You got to show people this is what I can do. And by showing them what you can do, the momentum is going to start coming in. And people are going to want you to start wearing their clothes. People are going to want you to start having their cups on your shit. You're going to be the next person that's promoting for Prime. You know what I mean? You'll be the next person that's promoting for Gatorade. Like, this is not... None of this stuff is going to be accidental, but it's you putting in that action, seeing Morgan putting in that action, seeing Camille putting in that action before the so-called results is already there, before somebody is coming with a check already. That's what brings it. I was telling people for free. I was giving out events for free, saying, come to these events. I'm going to teach y'all how to run a business.
No, you told me. You said,
and it was from
girl.
them free events that people built trust in me to say, yo, she do know what she's talking about. I took that advice. And now I get paid. I get paid the same thing somebody get paid who went to college, and I ain't never go.
Hello?
So you can't tell me that you can't go out there with an idea and put the work in it and actually get the fruits of the labor. You will. Good. So I love y'all.
I love you.
I do.
I want to give you your flowers because just like the day I met you, like we were sitting down, we eating our food, you know, kicking it up. And I said, y'all, there go Timberland. You said what? I said, everybody, we just gonna get up right now from this motherfucking table and exit. We exited. The guy, he had a little longer legs than us, but he got the picture first. I'm like, all right, whatever. Then I'm like, next. He was like trying to act like he know how to do the phone. You did the phone. All I said was, Mike, that we had Timberland
and I was
hair.
Like, what? Like,
I was just starstruck. My sis said, you asked that question, he answered it, and then it's been up ever since. Because it's just like, you know what God has for you, and it's just like you're not going to step in and take somebody's opportunity.
Never. And you were so sweet. This is how we became friends. You were so sweet. You genuinely was upset that I didn't get a picture with him. I was mad
as hell.
I was like, bro, like, if you got a video with him, I got a video with him.
But what happened at the end of the day, though? We
found them. We found them.
And I said,
we found them. You got my flick.
Yes,
and
I
it
did.
was a beautiful experience. Like, I think that's what I mean by like how genuine it is with you. You are such a sweet and kind person. You was like, I ain't really trying to be all up in his shit. I ain't trying to bother him. I'm like, girl, fuck that. You finna get your moment, you know? And then you still have me in mind, but now you bringing in that structure into your energy that says, when I see a star, what would I ask them?
Yo, that's why I said, girl, you really be giving out them free gems and you don't have to. So just like, you are the vessel, as you explained. Like, you are the vessel. You are bringing us together. You are letting us know. You are giving us that confidence. And it's just like, God put you through what he put you to, just so you know that you can do anything through Christ. You are going to be the vessel of your family. You are going to be the first person in your family. You're breaking generation curses, girl.
Absolutely.
Look at your son.
Absolutely.
And I love the story that you put out last week, letting people know that, like, I had a baby during pandemic and I had to be here for myself. Like, you're letting people know your story and not scared.
Yeah, you got to. I mean? You got to. You never know who you can motivate.
Yes, because I be letting people know.
Somebody said to a church the other day, and that shit rang a bell. They was like, you go through what you going through for other people.
That part. Like, you think I don't want a mom? Shit. No, seriously.
No, real
like,
shit.
Really? You think
like,
I
y'all
want to?
You think I want no mom and dad?
Yeah, like, y'all think I want
do.
to? No, not saying that. I know that God definitely does not make no mistakes, but in my flesh, I want to be like, yo, hey, mommy. Like, I be seeing my friends and they mom and shit. You know, Mother's Day coming up. My grandma's birthday on Thursday. You think I don't want to be angry, but I'm not going to be angry. I'm going to let God, I'm going to just ask him for his grace and not live through my flesh.
And you want to motivate other people, inspire other people to get through their childhood trauma and still go after their dreams and still be the best version of themselves.
Yes.
That's a powerful thing, and just like you saying, living outside of that flesh, and being more realistic. Like, we all know that God loved Jesus the most in the world.
Yes.
And he still put bull on a cross.
For us.
You know what I'm saying?
For us.
He put his...
People were walking,
go through
throwing
shit?
Stuff at him, and he said, "Forgive them. They don't know what
they're
doing." Jesus
go through stuff, and we not have to go through nothing. It doesn't make sense.
To me, it always goes to show that he puts us through stuff to see if we're going to praise him or be like, because just like I always tell people, like, we're in the stage where are we grateful for what we have? Is that why we're not getting to our next level? Are you grateful for what you have?
Can we talk about it?
No, I'm serious.
No, real shit.
People don't move on to the next season because you're not grateful for what you have, or you're not helping the next person get to where they get to because you think that you're going to be stagnant in what you're doing.
You can look at it from two different aspects. You can look at it from a godly aspect, or you can look at it from an energy aspect. If you are not appreciative of what God is giving you, he's not going to give you more.
That part.
And if you was not putting out good energy into the world, you will not receive good energy. So if you're not happy to help people, thankful for all that's going on in your life, grateful for everything you already have, the universe won't give you more. If you're not already appreciative of what God has gotten you through, he's not going to feel the need to get you through the next part.
That part.
So whether you believe in God or whether you're the kind of person who likes to use the terms universe and what have
Spirit,
you still got to be mindful of like what's real here.
Yes.
Energy is real. God knows your heart.
Yes.
The universe knows your heart. Whatever you believe in, you're going to have to stand on it and put out good so that you can receive good. If you want great, put out great.
That part.
If you want amazing, put out amazing. Stop giving the fucking bare minimum and thinking you about to get a spread. You're not going to get a spread. You giving out fucking turkey and cheese. Don't be surprised when you get back cheese and crackers.
That part.
That's what you're going to get. Now, when you out there and you putting out the best of what it has, you're doing everything from scratch. You're giving it all your love and all your heart. Then you're going to have an amazing meal come back for sure.
That part. And that's why, people call me North Philly Oprah, because I introduced you to CJ. I was so happy because I've been talking about you forever. I'm like, yo, I can't wait till you meet EffortlesslyErika. Yo, she's a knockout. Like, and then when you walking around, I'm just like this the whole time.
Yeah. That's what you do though.
Because that's just really what I do.
That's what you do as a vessel.
We are, like I told you in the car, we're all, give me your arm. We're all connected as a link. We're linked. So if we got me, you, Morgan, and your tribe or whatever, if we linked.
We only get stronger.
Exactly. And what God got for you, my blessing is going to come down because I'm promoting you, I'm clapping for you, and I'm not jealous, envious, or nothing.
That's a fact.
People need to realize that just because you're not in your winning season yet, don't mean you can't support the next person. Because that's what really all it's about.
Your winning season, like, why aren't you? Why aren't you? If you alive and you well and you getting them bills paid in this fucking economy, how are you not winning? You too busy looking at that girl on Instagram in that Jeep. You too busy looking at that girl on Instagram in that Mercedes. But if you paid them bills last month, I don't give a fuck if the VOA came through and gave you your back rent.
Yes.
If them bills got paid, baby, you're blessed. You're in your winning season.
All right, that's why I said I'm in my grateful season. I'm just grateful for everything that God has just given me. Because I do want more.
Yeah.
I want more. I really want to be more than where I'm at right now. But again, I'm still grateful for what I have right now. I'm not grateful, God. I'm not grateful. But
you're definitely
I do want
grateful.
More.
Yeah, you're definitely
I ain't gonna
grateful.
lie.
Yeah.
I want to be like you said. I want to be more structured. Like you're very structured. You wake up, you have your to-do list. You know what you're doing. Me, I wake up, put my gospel music on, walk my dog, go to work, and it's just like, all right, let me get these people DMs. Like that's how I get my interviews. Like how I did you. Like, hi, I'm North Philly Oprah. I have a videographer. I use my sister's space, or we can use Immortal Vision if I ask. Like, you want to do an interview? I interview questions. What's your open availability? That's just what I'm doing.
That's just where it started at, because right now you're scoping out your actual brand identity. What does my interview format look like? What does my conversations look like? What kind of questions do I really want to be asking? You're in a research phase right now.
Okay.
And that's perfectly fine. But you're going to be expanded. You're going to wake up with them. You're going to say, these is the type of people I like to interview.
Okay.
This is why I like to interview them. And this is what I want people to feel when they watch this. And when you're there, oh my God, the door is just going to open for you. They're going to be swinging open like a motherfucker because you deserve. You do. And knowing, like we just said, whatever you put out there is what you want to get. So the fact that you are working towards being more structured, you're going to be more structured and you're going to receive all the things that come with being professional, structured, creative, kind, beautiful, loving, and all your blessings is going to come. They already on the way.
I received that.
They already on the way.
I definitely received that.
We know because we made it here. Mm-hmm. You know, being here today together is a blessing.
Yo, I've been waiting. Yo, people been know I've been waiting.
We living in the answered prayer right now.
Yes.
People got to do a better job at recognizing that. That's where that gratefulness is going to come in at. Us included, we human, you know, we all human. We all wake up and wish we had more. Woo. But that's why they tell you to keep a journal and shit. Because when you look back and you realize like, damn, I made it here already. Let me appreciate this right now.
So good.
And figure out what do I need to do to attract that next stage. You already figured out what you need to do and you're already doing it. So you should know that any day now it's going to happen for you.
And this is why this is Effortless Erika, y'all. Please let them know your Instagram. Yo, you got a business number yet where you can like people can call you?
I don't like nobody calling me.
Okay,
I don't like
worries,
nobody. I got a business number, but I just do it for like business credit and stuff.
Okay.
You can follow me everywhere, Effortlessly Erika. Follow me now, ASAP, before you know the name change. I don't know. You might see this video a year from now after we done went viral so many times, and that might not be my name anymore. But right now, Effortlessly Erika, Erika with a K, no C. And that's TikTok, Instagram, wherever you want to follow me at. And shout out to Mic'd Up with Monty. I love you so much. You. I will never forget like the day that we met and the day that we connected. It was a beautiful event, and I'm so happy that we became friends. And like I said earlier in this episode, you have brought me closer to God. You really have. You have brought me closer to God, and I really appreciate that. I don't have a lot of people I could say that to. I don't.
That's my goal. Like, when I tell you I was 16, I found my mom dead, and I asked this lady, Mrs Judy, she said, ask God for peace. And I'm telling you, 16, I'm 37 now. Yeah. I will never not say thank you to God because again, like 16 without no mom. Yeah. Like, why me? Yeah. Why don't I get a mom to take me to prom? Like, right. Why am I still struggling with these issues I'm going through now? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, my friends and my family. I love my brother. I love my friends. I love my tribe because it's just like, shit not for the weak. Yeah, and we're going to keep showing up for you, baby. Shit not for the weak. We're going to keep showing up for you, but life is a process. You're going to go through shit till the day you die. I want you to know that, you know? So never be ashamed to be going through something and having a hard day, because never in life will anything be perfect. No matter when you get through this, the next thing will still come up. You know, it's important for you to know that this is normal. This is natural. What you're experiencing right now, you have every right to experience, but you're going to get through it. And then you're going to teach people how to navigate through these same experiences because that's what you do. That's what God put you on this earth to do. That's what you've been doing since you was a child. You really have brought me closer to God. And I'm sure it ain't just me. The messages that you send, that word of wisdom that you share, it makes a difference. And we don't know if you'll be sharing that same stuff if you didn't experience what you went through. You stay close to God because of what you have been through. And it's bringing other people closer to God. You never know why God is using you. You know, you never know until you be open to receiving the understanding why. But I'm telling you, nothing of what you've been through is by mistake. It was all a divine plan, and you are doing everything you can to be a vessel and bring people closer to him. And you're going to make it, you got a straight shot into heaven for that. I'm telling you, for real. You didn't hear me talking about God and praising God all hoorah before we met. You did not hear me doing that. That's something that I adapted from your brand. That's something that I adapted from your personality. Hearing you be proud to talk about the Lord and receiving the messages from you without no shame. One day I called you. I said, girl, you got to start saying this shit on Instagram. You might be the next Sarah Jakes, baby. Because you truly believe in him and you really share his message. You need to, come on now.
You gave me that confidence to share the word of God because you do it so effortlessly. It's so embedded in you. You just doing it when you wake up you're not even thinking about it. You're not realizing that that's a skill and a talent. The same thing that people was out here praising Sarah Jakes Roberts for doing. You are a star. You did not get to call yourself Oprah for all these years for no reason. You's a big fucking deal. And a lot of people is just getting their first Oscars at 40 years old. Yeah.
Yo, you preaching.
A lot of people is getting their first Oscar. They've been doing this shit for 30 years. They've been actors since they was children. And they just now getting their first accolade at 40. So it's never too late. We just getting started.
Y'all.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. We out. Drop the mic.